Wolf. Coach, we'll start off with your thoughts on the match.
I think it's a much deserved result in a week or a couple weeks where we probably haven't gotten as much as we've deserved out of some of these games, barring the St. Louis game. I think the last three performances have been quite solid, and I think we've preached that to the guys. And it's a night again. I think the players probably deserve more than just a point, but it means more than a point to our guys. I think again tonight just piggybacks what they did against Dallas, where we deserved something out of that game and performed extremely admirably. And even at home against Seattle, where it's you go down, you grab momentum, you tie it, and you're not able to get it across the finish line, so to speak. So tonight was quite deserved. The guys worked extremely hard. I think it's 3 games in a week, and it'll go a long ways emotionally for our group. They know what it requires to win and compete in this league. So this was a continuation of a good step in the right direction. And we know points not what we wanted, but given the situation, we were able to dig in, grind, and grab a point. And again, I think it's a night in this venue where it's tough to play. We created plenty of good chances to take 3 points, and I'd say we were probably more deserved than them. On the night, we had to deal with a lot of set pieces. We got pinned a little bit, which one side of the field we had a tough time dealing with it. But the guys fought, grinded, and in the end we were able to grab a point. And it's a good pick me up given what's happened the last 3 games.
Thanks, Coach. I see some hands already up. Phil, go ahead and start us off.
Okay, great. Yeah. So first of all, just wanted to ask about the decision to start Ring and obviously keep him until the very end, which was needed, it looks like.
Yeah, I think for Alex, he's been injured since since May. I think Salt Lake was not injured since then, but he's the last 2.5, 3 months have been challenging. So he last played significant minutes back then, and he came back in the Miami game and re-injured a groin, and then it took a while to get him fit, where he played in FC Juarez for 15 minutes. So we don't want to see the same situation present itself. So building him in, getting him minutes. We got him some obviously some minutes against St. Louis. We got him a start against Dallas. We got him 30 minutes in the last game, and I think that's ultimately how you want to try to build guys into it. And he's a warrior. I mean, you can see he's a pro. He grinds and fights, and I thought he did a good job. I thought Johan did a solid job. Pepe was good. He's got to continue to show the discipline, but I was glad to see Alex grab a goal there at the end. It was deserved. I mean, the best way to say it is it's deserved. The second half was tilted one way, and we hit the post a couple times. I think Seba missed one. Alex missed another one. Owen, it was a great save by the keeper. So a lot of good opportunities for us there in the second half to grab the equalizer and certainly even possibly grab more.
Okay, and then not to nitpick necessarily, but obviously both the goals looks like, again, maybe some individual defensive errors. I mean, the first one, obviously, because Conte ends up, on his butt. And the second one looks like, Lundqvist kind of gets out jumped. So just kind of curious about that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. There's some individual aspects to that. The set pieces, they do wear on you. But again, Adam's got to have a little more contact and certainly deal with the situation a bit better. He loses sight of his man, and obviously he gets out competed for the ball. The early ball behind the line is challenging. I think we have a couple. It'd be good to see. I haven't seen the complete replay of it, but how we're dealing with it prior to the service. At that point, it's tough for center backs. You're facing your own goal, and whether you reach for that and kick it in your own goal or you can sweep it away, it is challenging. I think Nicky can also possibly make a play on it. I think both those guys have somewhat of a crack. And it's a play I think that we could wipe away. To be honest, we could have dealt with it. They had a decent amount of shots from distance and set pieces, but other than that, there wasn't a ton in there. I think Brad made a save or two that was pretty important, but by and large, it was a pretty well played game by our guys.
Thanks, Phil. We'll go next to John Lupo. John, go ahead.
Thank you. Josh, it seemed like towards the end of the match that the team, especially when you were trying to attack, was getting stronger. You mentioned their set pieces, but you had a couple of set pieces. It seemed like you, as you said, hit the post a couple of times. So you had to be happy with as you said, the second half was really good, but you also have to be happy with the aggression that the team showed, whether it be set pieces or just from open play, as the game moved along before Alex scored the goal.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly right. I think you go on the road, you obviously want to be difficult to break down. And Again, I don't think we gave away a lot in the aspect of clear chances in front of goal. Again, I think there were a lot of shots from distance, which weren't terribly troubling. The one downfall is when you get a little lower, you are giving up a more set pieces than we would like to. I don't think Adam was dealing with it as we had planned for on his side. So we got pinned in a bit. But as the game went on, certainly the second half, it's an early goal again, so it's a little bit of an issue for us. But from there, I think we stepped on the gas. We maintained the gas. We got, as you said, through run of play chances. We got them pinned deep, which created a lot of chances on set pieces. We're a strong team on set pieces as well, so we look into that from long throws, corner kicks. It's a big part of how you can, again, pin the opponent in, make them feel under the pressure. And again, I think we generated shots from that. We generated sustained possessions from that, and ultimately, I think it's how you get back into the game at times. And the guys had great, obviously great commitment in the last 3 games, but you could see they wanted it, they needed it, and I was really proud of the effort, and they deserve to get a point and then some.
Thanks, John. Jorge, go ahead.
Hi, Josh. Definitely, this was the best second half in, I will say, probably a couple months. What was the difference on the instructions on the halftime?
I think we just talked a little bit about how we could be more efficient in our pressing from one side to the other, as compared to the other, and then it's just about executing.
What was the intentions of having Johan, Danny, and Ring at the same time?
Well, I think there's aspects that New England are quite good at. They are aggressive with their fullbacks. Carlos Gil is a fantastic playmaker. I put him right there with Reynoso as true playmakers. So you wanted a little more congestion in the middle of the field. We felt like if we could take away some of those things, we can deal with crosses and we have enough size inside the box to deal with that. But if we could take away the middle part of the field and generate transitions, which they were going to continue to look inside there. We generated a few transitions. I think we can be much more efficient in transition, but it's just giving those guys the opportunity, obviously, to 3 central midfielders in that area. You could see on one side we'd step out and press, and on the other side the wingback had to get out. But I thought those guys did a relatively good job. You got to find ways to build pressure a little bit better, certainly on our left side than we did on our right side. I thought Johnny and Nicky did a great job, and Adam and Pepe could have done better on their side.
We lost 2 games in the last minute. Now it was the opposite. How do you feel? What's the feeling?
I think it's soccer's cruel. I think, again, regardless of the time when the goals come, I think against Dallas we deserved points, and against Seattle the same. So I think we deserved a point tonight as well. And I'm proud and happy for the guys. I know it means a great deal to them. Hopefully it does to everyone else. And again, 3 good performances for me. We just got to keep building off of that. And obviously the impactful plays at both ends of the field. It's going to be like this all the way down the stretch. And it's good to get Emmy involved. Another good goal. He's had great contributions his last handful of games out there. Seba looked strong again. Johnny looked solid. Alex, Valencia, those guys did a good job in the middle. And again, I think Julio, it was great to get Leo back. And he gives us such calm with the ball. And obviously 3 center backs. We had to be mindful of Matt Hedges. We were a little nervous about his hamstring. He told us he could go 30 minutes, and I was happy that he was able to make it. But with Julio, Leo, and Matt, now we have some decisions whether we play with 2 center backs or 3. But it's good to get our full complement of guys in a place to make a good run here in the last 7 games.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. That's all the hands I see up. Does anyone have any further questions for Josh? All right, thanks, guys. Hold tight. We'll be back with Emmy Rigoni in just a second. All right, everyone. Thanks for your patience. We're joined now, obviously, by Emiliano Rigoni, with translation services provided by our own Emily Alvarado. We're a little short on time here with the bus about to leave, so let's limit it to one question per person. Please, Phil, go ahead and start us off.
Whoops. Okay. Yeah. So I'm curious about the first goal. Obviously looks like a lot of really good ball movement that you were able to finish off. So just kind of, a little bit about that and how, you kind of saw the offense gelling or not gelling throughout the course of the evening.
Y si puedes hablar un poquito del primer gol que hicieron y un poquito de la ofensa del equipo hoy.
Bueno, el primer gol sabíamos que era un partido que teníamos que jugar por fuera. Ellos tenían tres centrales que por ahí defendían muy bien en el centro. Y nada, un centro atrás de Johnny que pude conectar, por suerte anticipando al defensa. Y nada, nos puso en ventaja en un momento que era difícil atacar y generar juego. Entonces, lastimosamente nos duró poco. Creo que tenemos que corregir algunas cosas defensivas, partiendo obviamente desde el ataque, ¿no? Que nosotros somos los primeros que comenzamos la defensa, y ver que podemos mejorar porque nos empataron muy rápido. Luego sufrimos un gol de cabeza también dentro del área que no marcamos bien. Entonces, son puntos en donde hay que hacernos más fuerte para no seguir sufriendo.
We knew that we had to play from the outside in this game because they have three good centrals, and obviously before coming into this match, we knew that we should be getting points out and we should be winning. Obviously, we were happy that we were able to score, and unfortunately, it didn't last long enough because they tied us way too early. But these are the kind of points where we need to get stronger and better for the next time.
Thanks, Phil. Jorge y después Michelle.
Hola, Emi, felicidades por tu gol. Primeramente, ya te estás haciendo presente en el marcador como que ya es costumbre. La otra vendría siendo, ya cumpliste un año aquí en la MLS. Un rápido resumen de cómo lo has visto.
Bueno, en cuanto a tu primer devolución, contento porque es algo que necesitaba continuación en los juegos, necesitaba por ahí destacarme en algún, tanto para el equipo en ataque como también en la colaboración en defensa. Creo que me voy sintiendo cada vez mejor, y trato de cumplir siempre trato de dar el máximo, de intentar ayudar al equipo, y por eso creo que estos goles que están llegando creo que son importantes para la confianza y para poder hacerme más lugar también dentro del equipo y más importante. Y en cuanto al año que ya llevo en la MLS, muy contento, una liga que me gusta mucho. Me costó bastante adaptarme, pensé que lo iba a hacer un poco más rápido, pero me llevó más tiempo de lo que pensaba, y recién en los últimos meses me estoy sintiendo bien. Lastimosamente tuve una lesión que me dejó casi un mes y algo afuera, pero estoy contento, me estoy sintiendo cada vez mejor, y eso es algo que me motiva.
Gracias, Jorge. Michelle, la última pregunta de la noche, por favor.
Dale, gracias. Hola, Emi, felicidades por tu gol. Igual, rapidito, ¿qué tanto alivio siente este club? Desafortunadamente casi no se veía el empate, pero bueno, al final de cuentas, que era como déjà vu. ¿Qué tanto alivio siente el club sobre eso? Y igual, hubo muchas oportunidades durante el transcurso del partido que Josh Wolf ha dicho durante la temporada que son oportunidades que siguen faltando, pero no sé si es debido a la falta de definición de esas jugadas. Y tus opiniones.
Bueno, yo creo que hoy salimos a intentar los 3 puntos. Venimos de una racha muy negativa, donde los 3 puntos para nosotros son oro. Y nos terminamos llevando un punto que es importante porque prácticamente nos habían complicado el partido con ese 2-1, y se nos hizo muy cuesta arriba, a pesar de las oportunidades que tuvimos para empatar y antes de que ellos nos hicieran el gol en el segundo tiempo. El primer tiempo tuvimos situaciones para poder ponernos por delante, y nada, el fútbol, sabemos que no podemos bajar los brazos hasta que no se termine el partido, y hoy fue una demostración de eso, que lo buscamos hasta el final. Nos llevamos un empate, como te dije antes, importante, que nos va a motivar para seguir luchando por entrar a los playoffs.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Gracias a todos. Have a good night, everybody.
Ciao.
Gracias.